Okay guys, today we're gonna tie the LaFontaine's sparkling pupa. For that we're gonna use a hook size 12 and 11 from TMCO. The dry fly hook. It's the 103 BL barbless. This is a fly that Gary LaFontaine has created. It's an extremely good emerger at the same time as it's good getting adult in the growing of the caddies. You should definitely try it. It's one of my favorite flies for caddies fishing. It always catches fish in different sizes, so it's like a little bubble, so it looks like it's hatching for real. So it's extremely good. It's floating good, but at the same time it's in the a bit under the surface. So it seems like a really good emerger and also yeah, fully grown caddies at the same time. So the materials we're gonna use are I'm using. For the bubble or the hatching process, I'm using this green polyyarn. It's more like a floor green. I think that's a really nice color on it. I'm using a special dubbing. It's an SLF dubbing. It's a squirrel dubbing. I've used this for my nymphs actually, but also for the emergers and the hatchers and stuff like that. Of course, the deer hair wing we're gonna use, normal deer hair, stack it up and do that. I'm going to use, yeah, in the front we're gonna use the SLF dubbing again, but another color. I'm gonna show that in the video. And black tying thread, and try to use a strong thread because when you're tightening up deer hair, it's pretty easy to cut off the thread if you're using a weak thread. So I'm using a 10-0 actually from yeah, now I can't remember the name, but Benecki, of course, Benecki. And that's it for the thread actually, for the fly, and some head cement at the end. So try it, tie it up, and yeah, just let's just start and see how it goes. So stay tuned. Okay, let's start. I'm using a silk hook size 12, as I said. TMCO hook. This one. Using a black tying thread, so keeping a bit space in front to the deer hair at the end. Now we're gonna tie in the polyyarn. So I'm using this one, and I'm just cutting out some few lengths, and then I'm cutting them up and brushing them out with a brush, so they spread out. The fibers are spread out now. Normally they are like more tightened. Okay, so I'm tying this one in. One on this side first. Two loose turns, and then you can correct it as you like. Okay, like that. And then the same on the other side. like that. And then just tie yourself to the front. Like that. Okay, now we want to use some dubbing in the inside the pupa. So I'm using some brown olive hare's ear dub to make it come alive. Like this. Okay. The reason you want to create the space in the front, as I said, is because now when you're fastening in the polyarn, it's going to build a bit, and then you're gonna have the D-rear in the front at the end. So it's good to have some space to go on. Okay, now try to pull it around the fly, like that, so everything is covered up, like this. It's not that easy to get everything 100% covered up, but I don't think that matters so much. Just do it like this, and then just fasten in a couple of loose turns, and then you can use your dubbing needle to adjust it, like make it a bit bigger. Spread it out like you want. Should look like a small bubble, like a cat is hatching. So like that. It's a good bubble. And then you just tighten this up. And then you want to cut off the piece as close to the shank as possible, like that. Just try to trim it out as much as possible to not build up like a ball in front. Okay. Now that you have a little bubble, you should cut it on the top. Just a small piece of it, and let that fall back. Because then it's hatching, so it should be alive. Okay, and then cut out some deer hair, like a bunch of this. This is a bit too much, so I'm going to remove a bit. I normally do that after I stack it, because then I can pull out all the fibers that's not interesting using. So stack it once, like that. And then you want it to be like, yeah, almost the size of the hook, a bit longer. Not much, but a bit. Like that, it's nice and tight. And just cut off all the fibers. Like that. Okay. And then you should use some red hairs here in the front, like a not ginger color, but it's more like wine red. Okay, like this. Oops, that was a bit too thick. Like that. And now just put some head cement on the thread, like this. And then just finishing up by whip finish. Oops. Okay. Now it's tight. Just get the thread off. If you like to, you can brush up the dubbing in front, or yeah, do whatever you want. But here you go. The LaFontaine's Sparkling Pupa. It's an extremely good hatching caddis. It's starting to be a fully grown caddis right before it's getting up on its wings, and it's in the surface and it's hatching and everything is super. As you can see, the small bubble here is in the surface, so it looks like it's hatching. It's an extremely good fly. Definitely one of my favorite emergers when it comes to caddis flies. So tie it up, try it out, give it a chance. Give me some feedback if you like, or ask any questions if you want to do something. So see you next time.